Hey Self-Verbians, it's Lisa from Self-Verb, and in this video I'm going to be getting a couple of plants from my mother's backyard. I'm just going to be cutting them off and then I will be propagating them once I get home, which I'm home now, but I had to record this intro. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and if you are coming back to my channel, welcome back. Don't forget to hit the like button if you find any kind of value in this video. And also, if you like the content that's on my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So if you are looking at this beautiful masterpiece that I made, I'll put a link down into the video. I'll put a link in the description, or I'll put it on, what is that, a YouTube card or something, so that you can learn how to make your own rope floating shelf or floating rope shelf, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and dive into this video and see how we get this thing popping. So I have this plant at my mom's house. It's massive. Most of it has died off, but a lot of it is still living. I don't know how. It goes all the way up. All of those used to be living, but I left it at my mom's house and she doesn't have a green thumb and I wasn't taking care of it. So I'm going to be clipping off all of the live parts. This one, I might be able to save those, but that's a lot of plants. I've been avoiding it because it's super long. I couldn't take it with me, it's too long. But I have to do something with it. These are the ones that I already cut off, and you can see these pieces are already long. So these are very, very, very hardy plants. I've had these for, actually I think I got it from like a cutling like this size, and if not smaller than this, and it grew into this massive creature that you see here. So that is my task for the day. So when I'm cutting these with this thing, okay, so all this is part of all this right here and loops around. That's one stem, but as you can see, oh gosh, I just knocked over a plant. Hold on. Okay, so as you can see, oh, it's growing a new shoot out of here. I'm gonna cut all the way up here, because what I noticed with these kind of vining plants is that they grow roots right around, this area. So I'm going to cut up here so that I have enough room to put it in water and allow this to grow. So I'm going to cut like all the way up here. This guy is huge. So I'll be doing that with the rest of these. So I cut most of them off. I got as much as I could off of them. All that's dead, unfortunately, but it is what it is. There's still some strong ones, and then just parts that I cut. So I'm about to do oh my god, don't do that. Don't drop your scissors. I'm about to do a big chop. That's from the plant behind it. I'll probably take that with me, but I don't know if I might take this plant with me and cut back all the dead and try to revive what's left of it. That really hurt to cut this plant, but look at that. Jesus. Yeah, that really hurt to cut this plant like that. But on the good side, these are all the cutlings that I was able to salvage from it. So that'll make a lot of vining plants. So I'm super excited about that. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe it'll get as big as that one. But I wish, like, these things are super long. Just look at that. It's like the never-ending vine. But these are really awesome plants to have. Maybe I should have pruned it more. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this bad boy down and see what's going on the inside. Okay, so I took this guy down, and as you can see, a lot of this is just dead. That whole side is dead. This side is trying to do something. So I honestly don't know how it would survive that long. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then I can pack it up in the car and go. I wanted to show you guys real quick the flowers that these vine plants put off. They're absolutely beautiful. And all the stems put this flower off. I'll show you guys better when I get home. And here we go, ready for transport. Have the big ones and the little ones in there. Unfortunately, I did hear a couple of snaps, so I don't know what snapped, but hopefully it's not too bad and I can still salvage these. It was like 3 or 4 little snap. I was like, oh God, as I was putting it into the bags. But they are ready to be moved into their new home. Okay, so these are the other plants that I got from my mother's house. I got them off of there and also from back there. Yes, we're fixing our fence. I think some of these are honeysuckles, so I don't know how they're gonna do, but I got those vines, and then I also got some of the plants off of here. I took some leaves off of that thing, so I'm gonna see how I can prune these, but for right now I need to put these in water so that I can transplant them over without having any damage, and they're bunched together according to their whatever plant it is. So basically I have a cup of water in here. I'm gonna dip one paper towel. Dip a paper towel in here. It's not soaking wet, but it's not dripping either. God, it's so hard to do this with one hand. Unfold it. Take the stems and just put it in there. I think these are the honeysuckles. So put them in there, wrap them up. Maybe I would put another paper towel for this one because it's kind of big. But this will just keep the, God, these are the stickiest plants ever. So basically wrap them up in a paper towel like this. Put them in a cup like this that's not going to have water, and I can transplant them that way. Alright, so I actually went ahead and took off the bottom leaves so that all I'd have to do when I got home was just put them in water. And it's a nice day outside, so I don't mind sitting here. But I'm going to do the same thing for these, and for those, and for those. I actually think these and these are the same plant, even though they look different. But we'll see as time progresses, and I hope that they do well. And you have a nice little flower bouquet package kind of thing. And you can see I did this about an hour ago. Took them off the main plant from about an hour ago, and they're already starting to wilt. So hopefully I can still do something with them. So here are my plant packages or plant bundles, and all I have to do when I get home is put them in cups of water and let them rock like that. But these can last up to as long as however the paper towel is dry. And if I wanted to, I can even put the paper towel in the cup as well and stick the whole thing down in the water. But I might do that. I don't know. We'll see when I get home. So I'm home now, and here are the plants that I have, or that I've gotten from my mother's home or her backyard. I showed you how to make the little bundles, and they made it safely in my car all the way home. They are still a little wilted, but these guys are resilient, and these are like super sticky, like they stick to everything. So I'm hoping that when I put them in the water, that they bounce back. So of course you're going to need the plants that you decide to propagate. I have some cups, plastic cups, to put them in. Hopefully they all fit. If not, I do have bigger cups so that it'll hold them and won't tip over, especially like for these guys because they're kind of big. Oh, these came back. These bounced back a little bit, so I think they'll be okay. This is from a bush. I don't even know if this is going to actually grow roots, but hey, why not? We're going to try it. All of these are vines. I love vines, and I need vines to put on that floating shelf. And then I'm going to be making more shelves for my living room, so to add more beautifulness in my living room, I went ahead and got more vines. I let these sit outside for a little while just to make sure that like all the bugs and stuff came off of them, and I wasn't bringing them into my house and introducing them to my plants. So plants, cups, water, of course, and then this is for those vine plants. I don't even know what that's called, the purple vine plant. They're so big, and I know that there is no way that they're going to fit in this. They might fit in a pitcher, but I don't know. I have an extra pitcher, but I use that pitcher for other things. So they're going to go in this, and I just basically just put a plastic bag inside of a trash can, and then I'm going to put the plants in here and then fill this bad boy up with water. I put the trash bag in the trash can so that I won't mess up my trash can, because I don't know if any like dye from the plant is going to come off, and I will be using this trash can. This is my room trash can. So I think that is all you will need. I can't fit the big purple ones on the table at one time, so I'll be starting with these little guys, get them up on the shelf or on my ledge, and then I'll move on to the big gigantic purple plants, which I'm super excited. I'm super excited for all of these. Like, they are so pretty, and they will add so much, I don't know, depth and character into my home. So let's go. As you can see, it's very simple. Basically, all you do is take a few cups, take the plants out with them. And when I took these out, I know earlier I said I wanted to keep them, or was thinking about putting them in with the paper towel, but it didn't turn out that way because the paper towels fell off as I was taking them out. So instead, I just put them in the cups and just added water and called it a day. Put it on my windowsill and just let it rock like that. Now when doing this, you want to make sure that you don't put the water above the roots. It's before the leaves start. That's why in the other video or earlier you saw that I was cutting the leaves off of some of them so that I could stick them in the water. The reason you don't want to cover the leaves up is because the leaves will die off due to sitting in the water. So you just want to make sure that even when you're putting more water in later on, you don't put water over the leaves. Goodness gracious. And as you can see, I try to line them up as best as possible just to make sure that all of the stems go deep down into the water evenly. And they had dried out, that's why I had to cut the tips off a little bit. And that's about where you want to keep the water. If you want, you can also use a marker to mark where the water level should be. Perfect. Next is time for the big boy. This plant, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this plant, and I hope, fingers crossed, that this works. I don't see why it wouldn't, because I took cuttings off of it before and they actually absolutely started growing roots. So I'm super excited. I have no idea what I want to do with this guy yet, but this is what I'll be doing. And I'm just taking off more leaves, and of course the tips where I cut initially dried up a little bit, so I'll be cutting off the tips again. And like I said before, they do seem to grow at the little nodules. I have no idea. They grow roots from the separating parts of the plant. I don't know, but that's where I want to make sure to be fully underwater or submerged underwater. Here's my plastic bag I'm using for my trash can because I don't want to mess up the trash can. I don't know if these guys will leak any ink, and I don't want to mess up my trash can. So that's that method right there. And like I said, I had to cut the tips again because they were a little dry. And usually when I cut the tips, I do cut it at an angle. I don't know why. I heard somewhere before that cutting it at an angle helps. Guys, let me know if that's true or not. I've always just done it, so I don't know if there's a difference or not. Perfect. And fill that bad boy up with water, making sure to only submerge the stems and not the leaves. So next are the little guys. They're so cute. I have an idea of where I'm going to put the little ones until they start growing to be massive ones like the ones that were previous to this one. And I'm doing the same thing, cutting the stems off and then a diagonal direction because they did die a little bit during the transport. Not die, it dried out a little bit. So I wanted a fresh cutling, and that's what I did before putting it in the water. Yep, I had to put some water in there to hold it down a little bit because they're so top heavy. But they're fine. Once I put the water in it, it won't fall over anymore. This one, I wasn't sure what to do with it. The leaves were growing in two different places, and it was just complete chaos. It was like they're growing in a circle, and I don't know what they were doing. As you can see, like it just was literally growing in a circle, and I'm sitting there trying to think of what to do. But eventually I figured it out and I worked it out, and hopefully the way that I did it, it does grow one way or another. I just cut it in half and did it that way. Okay, so all I have left to do is this guy right here. This was the mother plant pretty much. I did cut back a lot of it, and there's like this one. I'll probably have to take that one out and save the ones that actually have something growing on it. So I'll be doing that tomorrow because it's getting late and I'm tired. I'm tired. But yeah, this dirt has to go. This is gonna be this is gonna be a fun project, but it needs to be done. This dirt has been in there since this plant has been in there, so I know it's time for some new soil. At least mix it with some new soil. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't know. It's like black and I don't know what the hell. But these are very healthy. These right here. They're so pretty. Look at that fuzz on them. They're so super pretty. I love these plants. So this is what we'll be doing tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day, whenever I have time to do it. Because right now they're doing okay. They're fine. But they definitely need to be repotted. So stay tuned. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I also grabbed these I forgot to tell you that I also grabbed these plants from my mom's house. This is cactus. It's some kind of succulent. This one is okay. I really don't know much about succulents. This one, the roots completely have come off. I don't know how this guy has been surviving. These were my great aunt's. She passed away a couple years ago, so I took some of her plants, but like I said, I don't know how to take care of succulents, so I'll be doing some research. I don't even know the name of this guy, but he's really pretty though, and I know he's not supposed to be growing sideways in a spiral like that either. So that's that one. And then I also grabbed this plant. My mom, she said she knocked it over and she tried to save it. So this is an aloe vera, but look how it's growing. Like it's rooted. Some of the leaves have died off. I took a cut of this. I just cut it down. And she said it broke off and she stuck it in the dirt and it started to grow. Oh look, there's new growth. I don't know what that is. What is that? Yeah, that's new growth. That's interesting. But as you can see, aloe vera is very resilient. I've had this aloe vera for at least 5-6 years, and it's died and it's come back and it's died and it's come back. So yeah, it looks pretty good for what it's been through, especially not watering it often. Sometimes weeks at a time. I don't know how often my mom was watering it. She's not a plant person. And then this is the piece that she said broke off, and she didn't do everything that I did with the other plants. She just put it in the soil and watered it, and it grew roots, and she was surprised and I was surprised. So hey, it is what it is. So I have to figure out what I'm going to be doing with these two. Oh shit. Fucking shit. Besides knocking it over, I have to figure out what I want to do with it. I think this piece is heavy, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So I'm going to figure out what I want to do with this, what I want to do with this, and then what I want to do with this. But that's for another day. I'm tired. So yeah, stay tuned to figure out what I want to do. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comment section on what you think I should do. I know succulents need different kind of soil. I don't know what kind of soil is in here. You can't even ask. But yeah, look, all these have died down. So I'll be trying to fix this up, make it pretty some kind of way. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. I'm super tired. I've been outside all day. That fresh air really just gets to you and it makes you so sleepy. And then on top of that, I ate a really big meal, so I have the serious itis. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will keep giving you updates on how everything is going, how they're growing. I know I'll be constantly putting water in the cups just to make sure that the roots are covered. And yeah, like I said, just follow me and we'll see how it goes. Bye.
Perfect.